I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Coffee is life.
Coffee smells as good as ever. The tea here just keeps getting more bitter.
Anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Boer, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Boer? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow. Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility. And she was sent to the Fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still so... I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out...
well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove! You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then, you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom! What do you say?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still...
Yes, Chef!
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer...
I guess I'll be...
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Fiamma. That's the second time.
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilarious, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're...
I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navi has come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to interfere with that business. Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid even. She wasn't at all...
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her. Fiamma and the others probably think that Savannah gets it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoff.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the other...
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial
Oh, Monica.
I
can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting. to breathe.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Wait, she looks like... Is that...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
But, please.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake. But if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over.
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook?
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, well, it's because chefs...
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being...
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think that we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us, but these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef...
Monica, you don't need to call me chef.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own, that banquet was a huge event.
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoil.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates...
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive...
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of but you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where and now look at you. A fry chef.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but...
Oh, the Fleuve Sandra, you say? Great.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let... Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef.
If only Savannah was half the...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head... So, you do... Escoffier?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop!
Whoa. Sounds like someone...
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can...
That's not a...
What happened?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to...
Huh? Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete?
The traditional way?
That's right! I'm talking, of course.
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, the cooking contest would decide who...
Well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, and indeed.
Reintroduction?
What say you, Escoffier?
Sure, I reinstated it, but...
I see no issue as...
Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only...
Present and former.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own
Don't take me for a fool. I want your copy. The original version. The one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between—
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift. To thank Escoffier for her—
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue. As long as both sides agree to— And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bourg, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
You sound surprisingly confident. Alright then, let's see how much you've actually— I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that—
Believe me, I'll show you.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
So, this whole bake-off thing kinda came out of nowhere.
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we should—
Huh? Holding back?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned.
Okay. That's one case where you can keep your
Oh, that? Well, back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations for instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient. That Modeste— so rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful, and Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius. And over time—
Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the codex, the Hôtel de Bourg took its run—
What? No, of course not! Cooking is a constant anyway, never mind centuries. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Bourg's heyday. It fell into decline. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management.
Oh! So the codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was like one of those mystical—
Yes, well, that's fiction. And this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipe.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now—
Wait, really? Why, though? Didn't that recipe make it into the codex?
It did, but like I said, it's the dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible, so as for why we gave it the same name—
Oh!
Hey now, just think.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a—
Could it be a symbol?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier. Maybe from her point of view, it's like
you think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place.
What? Huh.
Who knows? It means vesting her in this bake-off. However much she's changed since we worked—
Well, I'm confident that you—
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Bourg is very— Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us—
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned.
Oh, count me in too. Even if it means competing against the
Confident. I like it.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without sending juices flying all over the kitchen. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruit.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straight. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It used, this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Harmon's never used anything this weird before. Cool! Not weird.
Bon appetit! The device isn't cold enough yet. I need to reduce the temperature. A little amuse-bouche! And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated.
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the... I'll demonstrate again. Now. Slowly. That didn't count. I was experimenting. Get with it, Escoffier. That didn't... And voila! Now it's your turn. Not... But the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? Oh, well, they do say adventurer is a multi-talent... Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook some... That's right, the true test of your...
Those parts. It's taking them so...
How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? How's it going? Have you picked...
I guess I'm finally on the right path. Those parts. It's taking them so...
is the key ingredient in fine dining.
How's it going? How's it going? Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to... How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to... How's it going? Have... Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to see you make a proper attempt. How's it going? Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to see... How's it going? Look at that! With the grace of a snow...
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Me next! I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aww.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn! That's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
Huh? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste that!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square.
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining!
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest.
And do you think...
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Boer kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I hope so.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Boer?
Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma? Do it again! 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 Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then I will...
Dad, talk to me.
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did...
Probably because you were all constant. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order...
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. Alright, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you...
Either straighten yourself out, or get...
So now, it seems like just picking...
Oh, man.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that...
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier, and... Maybe Savannah was right.
Dad...
I see. Well, it sounds... I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you...
But what if you can't find another...
Even if I had to go it alone, I would...
Oh! Well, Paimon and Navia...
And so will I!
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get...
Actually, I thought maybe I...
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways...
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Spina-sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea, actually.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah?
Oh, nothing.
I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something... But I can't find anything. It's just the copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience.
Yeah, maybe.
Still, we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here, and those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause... Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is... difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex. Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Bourg. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less people started gossiping about Savelli, and everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime, and that was it. They neither had a decisive split, nor one rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Well, I like the confidence.
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next.
It's Cooking Contest Day! To the Hotel de Boer! Toot sweet!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Wait, seriously? Escoffier in a cooking contest? Now that I gotta see.
I don't get it. Why would anyone in their right mind challenge her to a cooking contest?
Guess we can rest a bit.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hotel de Boer and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica?
Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, the labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Boer cooking contest commence!
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! Gaspar! Get to work! Do not disappoint me!
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
A little amuse-bouche! Yeah! That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavor.
Stay calm, Escoffier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think. balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it!
Yes, chef!
Oh, tension in the ranks on Team Savannah. Will this slow their progress?
For goodness sake, Savannah, what are you doing? Oh, forget it. I've got to focus on my own dish.
Off to the freezer!
So, what do you think?
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah.
I think this...
Enough! Oh, useless! Both of you! Make like an egg and feed it! I'll do it myself!
Wow!
A little amuse-bouche!
What are you doing, Escoffier? Your team's waiting on you.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. I was just exercising caution. I had to make sure everything was perfect.
Time's up! Contestants, please!
We both made the same dish after all.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10! Only because there's something about the flavor.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite.
I have a feeling that this gâteau...
How exciting!
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too.
It appears the decision is...
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not...
I can now declare that the creator of the first...
What? It's... Savannah?
No!
Hey, Savannah! You cheat! What did you do? Oh, you...
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a... It was Van Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, isn't it more likely that a...
You judges! We don't... That's enough! As head chef, or rather as Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop...
I don't know...
If you want the Codex de Bourg...
Escoffier,
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you... But only on the condition that you promise.
Fine. I'll treat this as your fight. So, will that be all, ex-head?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're...
I know what I'm doing.
All right, fine.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Bourg! Finally.
Escoffier, how could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is... a souvenir?
It's all right. It was just a bake. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to come. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve every...
No. No!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing? I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us...
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and she'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes.
But why?
Our best guess is... she doesn't want to...
And there...
Even so, that's no excuse.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse.
About that, we honestly have no idea.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cake.
Not to worry. Come on, join...
There is no escape.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it...
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my...
Is it really that bad?
Oh, relax. This isn't your The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake. Or in other words, we have a trade...
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. Or whatever's going on with you. Just spill the beans.
Food safety. Wait.
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let contaminated ingredients make it into the kitchen. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with Escoffier going to jail. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras.
You mean...
Oh, well, I'm not saying you should tell Vanagem tomorrow. Good. Now, back to Savannah.
I have my suspicion.
What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left.
Now that you mention it, I noticed the difference was so small. I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something...
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Thinking back on it now, it's clear...
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more... And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting her...
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to discover that the secret seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after, like...
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without...
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, hey, did you hear me? Once I'm...
All this time, I've been
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. So let's give her the day to calm down.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma on his
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose?
Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always... Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. But we humans completely miss that fact when we... I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some... Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, of course some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of it. Okay, I've made up my mind, and come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life. An inspired melange! Goose on the loose! Yeah!
Let's keep going, team! Precision strike!
Witness the power of Gugwa! Rain outlines your fate.
Frost is coming! Commencing cleanup! Pair! Frost is coming! Get in gear!
Off to the freezer! Cha! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Cha! Ha! Cha!
Frost is coming! Get in gear! No home to return to. Final warning!
A burst of flavor! A dash of frosting! Yeah! Yeah!
Rain cutter!
Now's our chance! Neutralizing threats!
A little amuse-bouche!
Why are we here so early? Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no, Escoffier!
I'm fine. Just need to get some... Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here, or we could just grab a...
Coffee.
Hello! What can I get for you? Sure thing. We're here to go. Huh? Oh, I see. Coffee.
I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your...
I think I figured out where the
Wait, what if...
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly Yes, except...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned only to find an I left Alphonse and the others to keep... If she's not here...
Boss, Escoffier!
Alphonse? You're supposed to...
We were, but then, just after you...
Oh, looks like...
Wait a second. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventure. Yeah, but... I don't understand. The
The Codex de Bord? Then...
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way?
Ugh, idiot. Does she...
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that's...
Retrieve the Codex, so the cooking contest and the...
She's keeping...
Ugh, this is all such a mess! First, we thought that Savannah...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan.
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes...
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's
Well, did Modeste mention it in...
Good.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a
we have to feed? See, this is why you should always bring snacks.
There is no time for that. Romaritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do. Off to the freezer!
Elise or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who knows how long they'll be gone.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. Oh, what was it that
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
the tracks turned back again? Oh, so annoying. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your...
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more... Did you not hear me? Get going.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident.
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation hung over you. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. That she... First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli. He offered Modeste his friendship. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found... So you see...
I am no Savelli.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve your... You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness.
Ooh, feisty. But you should...
I somehow doubt that.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and...
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You. Oh, you're too... I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's
No.
Revenge is a dish best served. You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's...
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her... Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on and...
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve?
A recipe. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The je ne sais quoi.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bois obsession?
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the... We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their warm...
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only...
That's true. Even if...
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route.
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Yeah! A dash of frosting! Yeah!
Insolent.
Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. A little amuse-bouche! Off to the freezer! It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. A dash of frosting!
freezer!
Shine down!
I never knew you could process Lumitol like that.
Alright, I've got to jot this down.
Limitols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. You really think?
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's Paimon was just about to show off her—
No kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I—
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, up above, the treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity all the more. He was praised as a genius. While I, as the one, Modeste tried his best to console me. But I knew better than anyone just how great. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing, unfortunately, that—
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true—
In that case, what does that say about—
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen, and worked day and night. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience, but in the long term, it dulls their senses entirely. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really on.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Also, neither the Codex nor any other...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot let... I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation. The final loose end is the evidence here. At the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at... Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the... But I have to thank you too, Savannah. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! Oh, it's...
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal this, so he came here after his friend's death.
This can't be happening! All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord. You bought...
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out! And done defrosting! Rot to the core! Incinerate!
Wow.
You will pay for that.
Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Detached from the world.
The pinnacle of excellence!
Why is this place still shaking? Either way, enough chit-chat. Let's get up.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're such...
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Venegem! What are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on our merry derrieres while the Traveler and Escoffier were out here risking their lives?
We had to do something, even though that something ended up being, well, waiting for you here instead.
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve to be your head chef. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted like a tyrant in the kitchen. And now I almost got myself killed. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was the Lumiline situation. What was it you said again?
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left, and Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make...
No, I get what you're saying.
Well, about that,
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firma? I'm so sorry, but...
Actually, I think...
Huh?
We thought Firma's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, and as it turns out...
No way! Doesn't that...
It can. High doses pose a small dose might simply make...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, well, that's what happened.
There's... more.
You mean...
Oh, so that...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior.
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Is it just...
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was all the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica's...
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong. It all comes back to one simple...
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for it. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3... And you've been head chef now for what, 6 months? If that? You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt. Or genius or not, everyone makes You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your Surely you haven't forgotten all that.
That...
Ha
Aw, what up?
So you got your mojo back?
Yeah.
Aw, friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch.
But that was most...
Right. And also, does it have to be right?
No excuses. This is So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is...
Hey, so...
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide!
Quite rightly, too.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. I thought Navia would have... I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached... So I decided to step down.
Improve?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue. And in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime muke. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now.
What?
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs. And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for...
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Spanish M that I'll come back every once in a while to...
Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten... She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles. That...
Huh? So that...
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then. So desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to really excite people. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be.
So after all that, there was nothing strange to say about Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it.
Oh, hey! Huh? You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Did you see anything like this down there? Fresh experts say it has immense artistic and...
Wait! Isn't that the jar?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ugh, it's such a shame.
There'll be an extra fee for that. Exactly! But none of them believed me!
Thank you for completing today's Ad Astra.
inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
It's called being a freelancer. Other folks just don't get it.
Join the team?
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there! We know our Fontanian friends love... isn't that Charlotte? And...
How about... Pretty shocked. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing.
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed? And great? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running in.
Yeah, that! And what the heck was all... trading
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a look. Either I got lucky, right? If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to the...
You mean all those...
Sure they do. For instance, considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods. But in reality, the goods in... Rest assured, no Saurians were harmed in the process.
Oh, okay!
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in... But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case... I appreciate your kind...
Kaniche the speechless! Kaniche the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview...
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to... That How thing?
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still...
Could be.
Not acclimatizing?
Too bad he can't come out to argue back. There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to... Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine City limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kaniche holds onto a house...
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But Ahau wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the... That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps... Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermoni. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra... It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. If you're free, why don't you come along? I know where it is. Looks like I remembered correctly.
Wow,
Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite a
few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away. Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right. Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland? At least that's how I like to think of it myself. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but as you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather...
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but...
Huh? Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream up!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid?
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget.
Mass production? I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of and another thing. I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ink.
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name.
Navia, don't you think that...
It's no big deal.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina... honest, I couldn't... After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such in...
Sorry, Trav. I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about... In short, the
Huh?
That's right. The one and... After much not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity.
It's been a while since we last met. By the way, Miss
not exact thanks to this unexpected...
That's right. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're... For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth... By the way, Traveler, are you at all interested in taking... It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income.
Paimon would be even...
Well, everyone needs to eat. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity Look over there!
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio!
Well, I'm sold. I think...
You little... What's your game?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to... Anyway, if you're interested in taking... Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, as I mentioned. Of course, we, for our part...
Long term, we spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall.
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? Anyway, first things first. As you... The Spina's... That... Which...
Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler? Yep, come on. You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard...
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things if we're not careful. Some and others might pick up dangerous... To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized
Wow, if we're the first ones to test, but if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to
hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put... I also wanted you to experience...
Oh, those are...
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is... All right, then. Let's start with...
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.